For the last few years, I've run reruns during the month of August. What I've always done is check my download reports to see which episodes got the most downloads for the audio version of the podcast, which you can subscribe to on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify and every other podcasting app. And I look at the views for the video version on YouTube, and I pick the most popular shows, and those are the ones that I rebroadcast. Well, this week I'm doing a rerun, but it's not one of the most popular shows. In fact, on YouTube, it's one of the least viewed episodes, and the audio version is barely in the top half of episodes over the last year. So why am I picking this episode? Well, it's one of my favorites, and since it's my podcast, I get to pick. But I'm also picking it because I think the point I was trying to get across in this episode is a very important message for all of us as we make our way through the great pandemic of 2020 and make our way hopefully back to some semblance of a normal life. Today's episode was originally broadcast as episode 270 in November 2019 at the start of Financial Literacy Month here in Canada. And as an aside, I've got a bunch of interesting shows planned for Financial Literacy Month this year, so stay tuned for that. The title of this episode is The Fable of the $20 Bill, but this isn't an episode that's just about money. It's about people. One of the most disturbing trends I've observed during the pandemic lockdown of 2020 is how some people have no empathy for the situation of others. I see it on Twitter all the time. Why did you take 4 months off and get served? There were lots of jobs out there, you're just lazy. Well, unemployment is very high, so I don't think it's true that with a lot of businesses shut down, there are lots of jobs out there. Yes, there are jobs, but if you have a medical condition that puts you at risk, or if you expect to be back to your old job soon, I understand why you wouldn't be rushing out to take a job at minimum wage when there are other income options. I also understand that if you have kids and schools aren't open and daycare isn't available, you can't work. The big bad virus has revealed the stark divide we have in our society today. If you have an office job where you can work from home, the big bad virus has been financially great for you. You don't have to pay for gas for your car or parking, and you're not spending money eating out for lunch or dinner, and you've got no daycare costs. It's no wonder that personal insolvencies in the month of June were down by over a third from the level they were at in Ontario in June of 2019, and personal insolvencies since April are at the lowest level we've seen in over 20 years. Many people are using that extra cash flow to pay down debt, and they're better off. And if you had no debt, but your income is the same and your income and your expenses are down, you got money for savings, which is why over the last few months, the savings rate in Canada is at the highest level in years. Some people are doing great, but some people are getting crushed by the shutdown. If you work in a customer-facing business like a hair salon or a gym or a restaurant, your employment income may have gone to zero for a few months, and it was only the CERB that allowed you to buy groceries. And now, as the economy gradually reopens, you may find that your hair salon or restaurant can only accommodate half as many customers due to physical distancing, so your income may be quite a bit lower than what it was last year. And that assumes that your employer reopens. Some businesses will be gone forever. There are some winners and some losers. If you benefited from the lockdown, be thankful that luck was on your side. And you may want to go back and listen to episode 308 for my thoughts on the role of luck. But of course, life isn't entirely luck. As the pandemic ends and we get back to work, what can we do to prepare ourselves for the next big one? The next big one may be a second wave, or it may be something more typical like a job loss or an illness or a divorce that squeezes your finances. As I explain in today's episode, the first goal is to get out of debt, and the second goal is to save $20. Yep, not $1,000, $20. The first $20 is the most important $20 because that's what sets you up for financial success. That may seem easy, but if you've been out of work for a while and you're behind on rent and other bills, $20 may seem like $20 million. So how can $20 set you up for life? Why do I tell all of my clients that the most important step after filing a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal is to start saving money? Why is $20 so important? That's the subject of today's special rebroadcast, and it's quick, less than 18 minutes long, so please click the link and enjoy The Fable of the $20 Bill.